Okay, abusuya former Chief Justice Torkorno. Abusuya ne traveling scandal bia eba bonten ode ne kunu ne mma ne nuanom na abusuya fo abusuya ode ne nsa bo oman ne sikemu abusuya sisi oman no recover sa sika ni nyina empayinfo NDC empayinfo President Mahama order say on return sa sika no embrasa ne looted state funds na say ordinance boom na or the two kwan no abusuya ya hye no se omfa sa sika ne mbra enmanim ya enye sa obefesi law abusuya mom yanko na yankonkoti ensema same honto ere honsem ababetudwa on subscribe ya subscribe like na share ma afofron so ensa into me enkabi Ghana Politics Avenue so and don't forget to click on the notification bell so na any update be drop biano also wonsa able to me akabi medamase
but now Araba Torkorno free say obetimi frustrate a delay process no by unnecessary court suit any hon krodoba. They say President Mahama we or ECOWAS and the entry the ECOWAS in the EU force the beba. The tintin tie we nyina say statement already no amamra no kire say obi article 146 Omo to say Chief Justice ni mpenyufo do ba mukuta say the bridge na so bo appointment ebo create appointment no so bi eni amon sem na we bumra so a ye isi abadwa na ye hwehwemu na article 146 no na article 149 na kire say committee na president be set up no omo koye omo investigation etna se probi give fair hearing emma the accused any the respondent obia ba be kan nsem nkru no mu wie no mu se kwadu na ya bona dance bu edi adanse se ampa bone ne yesi asimesi na obanti aye no waya o mampeni gina article 146 clause 9 eno so no mampeni be gina edi ayi no the first one the mampeni gina so article 146 no ene kire se petition bi sa ba obe the member committee we obes establish this committee no my omunhwemu say committee ni report no recommendation ni back confirm say ampa allegations na level against ni panel no kra obegina article 146 clause 9 now there you know ento mampeni de yi Araba Torkorno na me enya me nwanwa de enya me nwanwa ne say o mampeni John Dramani Mahama penso ena former commission on human rights no no, can say NCC no Shraj Commission on Human Rights and Justice mami no yes mami ono ne penso eno samsaya ni mu nyina na ka ho o me petition call no a lawyer say odi aban sika 100,000 so 150,000 odi akwa renovate on one personal home the fee ense se wo yesa President Mahama set up committee ni bae no wo yi nadi because anamra ne tie because dia bai committee ni report na ba chese omo atimi anya o chese utie committee no omo presentation na omo say file document nko omo file about 10,000 pieces of a document omo anya botra go nyina Araba Torkorno the four lawyers and be defending no the accused the respondent and the complainant ofori one also the four lawyers Araba Torkorno efre witnesses 12 ofori so free witnesses 12 so for all this month oma go through no mo de aba na mo recommendation committee na recommend say eyampa kwadu ne de abo Araba Torkorno say why misbehavior wa na subampadi subampadi na wana ne se odo manga na sika Akroma damase de ense se odo manga na sika ye ode aye ode ga na sika ebi ne twa ticket di mani kunu edi tu kwan ode ga na sika wo se ode efa ne ne personal official guard na ode tu kwan no o se ne guard ne ntena fie ono tena play mu enye yi ana ode ma ne ba afa kura de ne ba no kura no play no baby a seat also okotena so said this kakase to so me upgrade no add ne koye first class ni nyina yo manga na sika ense se nkoye saade no wabedia ye born kwadu no wabeya no amoma bobo na no cross examination ni nyina mu no committee no report no om recommendation na come president say the araba tokonu aye no on sem fata so okoso ye chief justice.
And some of the issues she considered.
Yes, she considered. On one case statement or the babontin we consider say yes, it's true. Say we use official trip at the a private trip at the expense of a taxpayer money. On one case jitumu and the committee recommendation mo di abano no. Se committee na recommend na President Mahama ka say yes, committee no atena say yehwemu e de adanse abache say ampa alaba tokunu kwadu e de abon no bisaba araba o we be kan araba nyen kan alaba tokunu alaba tokunu
alaba
ya alaba stamp from Central Region alaba tokunu
araba
dabi
ono araba o stamp
alaba tokunu. Can I continue? Yes. Report now recommendation that ben na say kwadu nya de board no maame no wodi for enti President Mahama constitution no asa akire say bas wodi for a gina mamra we sune fa yinadi enti say President Mahama krabo no musuo say ebi a oparaba tokunu asem when best friend one ne ko na krana eni to ni share program ase na o man side eye eno ho nkro ne ba enti on de on ko so antan on mo ko no President Mahama ne be impeach no because constitution wa be kire say president afeli because the ma ye nyina constitutional requirement. So if the president fails to apply by the constitution and the laws are the same constitution kire asotwe amfama president the President Mahama do na from the pepe nemum me chance umbetimi amenya at least copies of the findings because says sikano araba tokunu edi bi ma nukunu etwa take it edi twa take it di ma ne ma a chese ono no ka se ye procurement no ama ne ma etimi akobie company no mo de aba ni nyina no eyo manga na sika we need to recover all those monies sika bia araba tokunu spend ye as a chief justice edi onu ankasa ni family yie am family kwanso no na says can wose agi esa de Ghana na de betu afuto mo de maye eti I'm hoping say omo be make a public na Ghana fo nyina atimi ehu especially when they were doing the cross examination omo timi amiehu ne ehu say ampa araba tokonu scan na wadi no o man Ghana ye de ache no anase wose agi because omo ka say emphasis scan che no anana some of us yente ase we need to recover. Oko Public Account Committee sittings and crofo di 5,000 12,000 1,002 yes o mo fese sika namra nti araba tokonu edi o man Ghana sika agro medamase e de hwe na busiafo a you de agya kwa enya akwa ade kokromote kwa yesu a e de so tro ne agya kwan. So we need to recover all those monies.
So Sammy Mincha on a quick one with Article 1461. Maybe we can pick one and pick the the subsequent ones.
Article 146 clause 9.
1. A justice of the superior court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or on ground of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from infirmity of body or mind.
Say judge for or more court higher court can say higher court and NASA regional tribunal they say any regional tribunal Sankro for no ntimi nyi omo emfiri ho ntimi nyi omo de gise omo aye sa nya mai wa kire se de di nkan wabon wonim na djuma anase owo apomudi hu how bia entimi ma nya na djuma.
All right, so let's deal with the 9 because from point 2 3 4 5 that's clause 2 clause 3 clause 4 clause 5 gives you the processor
and to the fire
clause 2 a justice of the superior court of judicature or a chairman of the regional tribunal may only be removed in accordance with the procedure specified in this article. 3. If the president...
Mami Chimo was say, a superior court justices or more court of appeal, high court, any supreme court, any regional tribunals. So you bet me is Ankro for no, I quite bet me first way is Ankro for no, Shishanemra, a was our constitution.
Mamma Nina Abontofa. So, clause 3, if the president receives a petition for the removal of a justice of a superior court other than the chief justice or for the removal of the chairman of a regional tribunal, he shall refer the petition to the chief justice, who shall determine whether there is a prima facie case. For where the chief justice decides that there is a prima facie case, he shall set up a committee consisting of 3 justices of the superior courts or chairman. So in this case, now as a president suspending or the acting chief justice.
No, to say other justices. To say high court judges.
No, but
yes, and to women, also a chair from tribunal and adeko, and to say high courts and a supreme court of Fonibia. The president receive petition or the Bema chief justice.
Exactly. So 4, when the chief justice decides that there is a prima facie case, he shall set up a committee consisting of 3 justices of the superior courts or chairman of the regional tribunals or both appointed by the judicial council and 2 other persons who are not members of the council of state, nor members of the parliament, nor lawyers, and who shall be appointed by the chief justice on the advice of the council of state. So clause 5, the committee appointed under clause 4 of this article shall investigate the complaint and shall make its recommendations to the chief justice, who shall forward it to the president. Clause 6, where the petition is for the removal of the chief justice, the president shall, acting in consultation with the council of state, appoint a committee consisting of 2 justices of the supreme court.
And Tihano say a chief justice in where president will not consult the CJ, but consult the council of state.
Yeah. A committee consisting of 2 justices of the Supreme Court, one of whom shall be appointed chairman by the president, and 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State, nor members of Parliament, nor lawyers. So, and also they satisfied that clause 7. The committee appointed under clause 6 of this article shall inquire into the petition and recommend to the president whether the chief justice ought to be removed from office. All proceedings under this article shall be held in camera, and the justice or chairman against whom the petition is made is entitled to be heard in his defense by himself or by a lawyer or other aspect of this choice, of his choice. So 9, that's clause 9. The president shall in each case act in accordance with the recommendations of the committee.
Finito.
So you have 10 and 11. The 10 where petition has been referred to a committee under this article, the president may A, in the case of the chief justice acting in accordance with the advice of the council of state by warrant signed by him, suspend the chief justice. B, in the case of any other justice of a superior court or of a chairman of a regional tribunal acting in accordance with the advice of the judicial council, suspend that justice or that chairman of a regional tribunal. And clause 11, which is the last one, the president may at any time revoke a suspension under this article.
But we didn't suspension, we dismiss her.
And
as I'm not thinking it's when you say, Sequadu at the Mwafo Penny Chief Justice, no, Ubi Kobon Kwedu, and Obi could ye or man penny su tre, and Obi could grant to all man penny, say, at the Mwafo Penny, why I ye and Yamon Sam when there's Ubampedi. Wabuga na mraswa omampeni saka saa eye dwantoano a omampeni ebetia council of state for enaso na odiama omo na fe council of state for no so atrase ahwemu no ma hwemu so okay saa kwadu ade bo no kra sansem yehu behia se ebese ebre ne adaade ni ahwehwemu so mo ene friend prima facie no enti so mo council of state for trase ino mu bi friend pa no de kwa numba busebusa no mu se ne nsem o ka ne ensem o mu do wo se ehwemu a na fo maka cho mampeni se ensem ne hu behia se bedonsuko se koba ne se wi a emra ne so mampeni anyi aye nipa enum nipa num.
But also, what is the effect in all this after removing Torkorno? What
the effect a woman say a part of a kind of saying cleaning exercise Ghana ni bia expect say a bekoso judiciary Obekanya Kandapa as a minister for national security for koko ye survey omo survey no me buy na kire say Ghana yati sebi wa atenti huo tua etu ne de kwakọ treja ne nyina ne say Ghana fo ni gidie ɛwɔ atemu atena yenum ama ɔno ankasa ka sɛ ɛyɛ how kɛseɛ paa one of the biggest security threat ɛde Ghana for sɛ yɛwɔ ɔtemuafo pani a ɛyɛ ɔno n'asɛdeɛ Araba Torkorno as a lawyer, Araba Torkorno as a judge, Araba Torkorno as a chief justice. All the practices over the years, one way or the other, no, will be at Ghana mra, ama wabuna ten, ama bi anipani de fiase. Will be at Ghana mra, wajina Ghana mra so atwenaso. And it's a wobe ya temuafo penyinas who teachers amra no aswa. Bibia no we si unkwasa wo de ma fa hu di neka sa wo de ya temuafo penyinti no wa fa hu adi. In any case, asemi bae no, unya a lawyer for mako and 9. The same judicial service no a wo Araba Torkorno una na wo supervise una na oda anono. Wo de nsam na hodo court more than 3 or 4 times. Court no na what is so be perfect. No transit on sem no nyina boni nyina tuguye. Ana bedwekwa na yo mu nhwemu, abedwefo mu ye nhwemu so ye saa ajaje for mako miensa. Wo no omo ana na ti Supreme Court bench ni so. Any omo mu free outside bom say Ghana for. Ni nyina akire ni ama okwan. Say kwa bi ade abo ni be yi hu ano. Wo ba no wo de lawyer for mako and 9. Wo frɛ adansefo mako dumienu. Amu nyina ba be di adanse. Nipa na obo akwadu no so ono so de lawyer for and 9. Ono so frɛ adansefo mako dumienu. Na etisa de court ye di wasem no. Anya se obedi adanse na okɔ. Ye ma obegina adaka num. Ni atoto ano se wo kan sei. O kan sei, o ye sei, obi bi tro obi adwene a ni abisa, ni nyina so ye ni nyina. O me ye ni nyina wi om keka bo mu no. De beto ebeda adi ni se, kwadu ne ye de bo Araba Torkorno se wa na subampa adi. Wa na subampa adi no, eda di pefe. Eda di pefe so a Ghana mra no a ye de appoint Araba Torkorno no, am obeye chief justice se wa na subampa adi ye nyina sa mra no aso na o mampani ehwan wase akonya. Enti emra na ye adwuma na ye me de say Araba Torkorno na kasa no some time ago can say it doesn't matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. Say emfa huni dede a wo be ye emra ne de ye emra emfa huni number of legal suit out they be challenge the petition any the committee na e probe ye wo case no emra ne ye emra emfa huni the number of lawyers Addo be kwa mama kwa represent you emra ne ye emra and found a number of witnesses abefre so momra media dance and found the law is the law and found a number of months I will be delay the process the law will still be the law and found say after this obeko ECOWAS obeko AU and not obeko European Union obeko UN the law will still be the law and the law is the law and to our history we still have some more ways to read because the electoral commission we need to clear electoral commission there is not supposed to be one electoral commission what there I mean say all the 7 commissioners in all of them will see a video and there was some other officials be what regional directors constituency district directors most of them has to go because we need to build the confidence and trust in our electoral processes. Now for the kwakoto aba MPP be feel confident say even in opposition abana ye kwakoto no bi antimi wiem NDC in government we feel say even me kura na wa ba mu no mintimi chinchim mra nani in favor anything myself. That is the process we want to build. Enti Araba Torkorno de baba name say me kanana we want to know say sika na Araba Torkorno edi bi twa plane ticket manu kunu edi bi twa ticket di man ma ede gro madam ase no ye ja mana fa ne say diana because we need to recover all those monies to the back to the cafes because ye nya say sika no pa ya de hu ya enti ye nya ne sa ma ne nko wodi kokromoti akwa ye di a o say de sotro ja ne kwan wodi ja kwa so na ye nya okwa eni ntino omoma ye hu onu ankasa onu an response so troye MPP as a political party publish the man no wajitu mu say ampa wono as a chief justice akwantu ane wo so to official no we show my Ghana resources at the private trip sika wa sanke de man bodyguard na bambofo wo de sika na man ba esa de bi kura sa so e de man no ni nyina tiaga na mra. We need to recover all those lost monies. Enti me nya ne sa man fo ba bi obekọ de ne na asem. So say the area him say President Mahama for some time now from now going, you know, we expect to say President ebe nominate a new Chief Justice. Ada say the host is here no obema no obe confirm no ana say obe nominate obi fufuro no is up to the president. Obe nominate obi fufuro na ko parliament so avete no no so ababeto aso na adwuma. But the quest for Ghanaians to make sure say we sanitize our judicial system no should continue, because na your judicial system no say antna say na baby akwa kodunde ntia langard nsem na doso no efa ye nyama suban da na di okọ
ye na mema mebusa say so ujire say Torkorno in her absence the judiciary will be in the thing better. See the main cause of our judicial failures.
Ana hwade Ghana e judiciary ni nya problems enye ne. Na se wuti abakwasem a even before Rawlings it was there. Even before Rawlings it was there. But Rawlings by and there was some sort of a discipline. Professor Mills by Professor Mills huye. Ananso koya undercover. Yehu die pie mu bae. Mahama yehu ye. Nkrofo afide ni yomu nyina ye yomu nyina edifri ho. Enti ye banana ye clean ye sanitize system no. Then MPP came. Akuffo bae no. Tell me one thing that Akuffo government did. Tell say Akuffo aban wo any agenda to sanitize the judicial system. Name of the Akuffo ye and say Akuffo took advantage of the weak judicial system that we have. And or the personal thing. Akuffo sat down and our appointed and Crawford even a contested on the ticket of MPP to the Supreme Court. Akuffo quite me appointed over 11 justices to the Supreme Court. BC that Oko Court of Appeal wa appointed Manabroso and Akuffo Supreme Court justice ni bi kura time on yansu yes or mobile retirement no. Na Akuffo appointed standby justice or more chance or mobile retirement no do my replace. Oko High Court wa finish ho. Oko Court of Appeal wa finish ho. Oko Supreme Court wa finish ho. Finish ho ni nyina anya say papa o. We recruiting non MPP people and Ghana for nkase dia dance here. First time e to about presidential ye de court Supreme Court aye yi TV sumo obi ehun ye. Ye hu judge for makumako enkono ana presiding judge Justice William Atuguba. Ghana for nkase that's when many Ghanaians big chances or more the process no. Ghana for we brebe hu say na sa court no kwase na sitie ni. Fair. Judge for enkono no say bibi kura motion obi be movie objection obi be movie mpo a na so mo be rule a obia de ni nkyere mu de ntia objection should be sustained and answer that objection should be overruled no obia de ni nkyere mu ebeba omu bu atani nyina wieye a judge for makomako enum say MPP for case nye ai mu nan si MPP for case ye no enan na omo si MPP case omo do mu nkyere mu bai enum na omo si MPP for case nye yentunguro omo so do mu nkyere mu bai. Enti Ghana for nyina hu say Supreme Court judge for nkro no motena bench no so no satem wo mo de ba obia wo na dwen eni ntina judge bia no obia proceedings ni course no na wo take note because yes obia fa na temu omra then ebedu Akuffo penso a anytime bia e case be ko Supreme Court bia no judge for do matemu ba omo nyina agina faako opia mfa nkyeremu ma se die ntia Misused enye ni se ebesi na me no ka sei 2021 eye Supreme Court wa ekoye a omo ka so mabon sansam nana ebesi omo de ruling aba details of from judgment omo de aba omo fa mai but automatic is that decision enti Ghana for nyina hu say no system no say now what the president and the government has to do and say they should go back because Akuffo could have face certificate. And Akuffo hold almost to say a lot of crimes. So we need to clear the system. We need to sanitize the system. We need to overhaul the judiciary. Say the buyer confidence the beba judiciary no na senana kwabna ofa mitaku ni mesempo a men ka say wo me do kokko trenkosi aga nti metete wa bo obuoku because sa na koba ana ahinsam bebrebe a obawe ahimfo miewani we no maka ni eku ye ho no because sa cases na court bebre ana Supreme Court justice ni judge for no mosro no e fa wo prime areas atonton saase a on the quiet they have lands o manto na mum sa busia ni abusia ohene na ohene ba no mo press as o manso a obi ka negotiation na akoso ni ama wa judgment no wa fa na akwaje asase entama hemfo no bebre hu say there's no justice obeko court et the benzo obetotuo no the amane mrante no so to the amane mrante edu afasha ni abo hu to ni ekue ho asase keto obi ni eboto ni ekue ho ni nyina ka ho bi enama injustices no adoso enti when we sanitize the system na Ghana fo hu say afedie ye wo ajage fo a omoti wo se ombebu atentene na mekura me di asam ne koe ne se masam nye da ye bebu mu fa obi anya na se wo de be court na se Ghana fo elusu interest said ye elusu interest in the judiciary na a recipe for chaos because one of the key elements a betimi adana Ghana butu one of the key element a betimi adani Ghana butu and Kandapa said it or can in the presence of the former CJ my friend say ni yeboa or can in the presence or kasinanim say adentina if it's MPP aban ba ye case bi ade beba court to be a MPP aban hu bia no na mabu attend ama wo mo eye dangerous or kasinanim amomu se esana mo atwa no atia ne mo Akuffo ade no onfo bia ho se bi onipa kwase wo to na mo a onwe wo kina woni de ohuni ne ya na odwene ho enti okwade odi okọ ne mu aka wonu anamo maka enti ye won krofo bebre wo ho we need to go back. We need to sanitize the system. Even me kamen kwa ka President Mahama, the whole Supreme Court bench and ko overhaul it. Because na problem wo papa. Hwe abrantie bi papa bi a ye friend Simpson. Papa no ye adwuma bank. Ni wiase nyina we japade ba akopɛ. Utimi tete ho utimi je bank loan koto asase e wo airport residential. Ena papa si ne dan retirement house anokotenem. Ena broni bi be ha ne dan ni bia ode hoye no office. Ena broni no na brantia no ne ye adwuma. Ena we council of state member friend Atipo. Oti. Na broni no so brantia one ne ye adwuma no. Ena broni no be ha dan no. Eso okonu kroma ba no ko wiye. Ena wa brantia no ye adwuma so obeto so ye adwuma to be ko so rent. Ena papa so no problem. Uguso rent na now so opese munye joint venture na hon me prime area ntino opese wusi high rising build apartment and papa na the joint venture so be ya e wo so tia certain amount bi de mani pa no mo ye japade no so anipa no some certain amount of percentage wom papa se fabra sika wo so tia wantimi antua rent na wo se wutua so wantimi antua and papa no se de anya hwe JV no kra me interested wantimi antua rent no kra so a wo de ka no me interested too efrima medan mu na fa medan ma me abranti wetimi frustrate papa ne saa ma papa ne de adwenwie wuye papa ne wuye ye no ne ma ne ba beji ajapade no at the same time na no last year Supreme Court adage for makumaku enum atna asemwe so ebuaten say no wo council of state member suba wada na di enye ema court she say ontua rent na odeka over $400,000 in ontua enokura na nchen wantua ema the same court she say omon court an japade ento omon kofa eye ni Rolls Royce ekofa eye ni Jeep Wrangler kesiya pa esa kofa Toyota Highlander omon fa na japade to omon de take kan ko mun tinwie oda so de ka over 200 and something thousand. And then the same court na sa be ka say oh atemu no de ba ye kra so ma kono mkote de japade no mu se mfuso omuntino they should hold on. Can you imagine this? Just case I go through High Court, Court of Appeal to Supreme Court.
But taking away Torkorno will not let these kind of issues.
It's not make us say President Mahama on the way. Name still and Akuffo. We need to. Major Padua behind me then. I don't see her. Papa make an answer me.
There can be errors in judgment.
Nana, you see?
There can be errors.
There's no error, you see? And
no, because you don't know me. See, there can be errors in judgment.
True. Nana, say Obi the Oka. No ma check. Say Odicha kana ma na ko check. Oko bank one catch you say check we. Won't you find this car? Nana, is it not a criminal offense? If you have a council of state member, wako rent will be property, denica, wako court, also metria. Now I come check 1, 2, 3. Nipa nina nipa no kwa no check na bounce. Sa nipa no nya criminal. Sa wako jo obi eja padia rent. Nasa for years would panika 400,000. Tuya usu ntimi tuya nipa no so me dia chew 2 free major padiem just because I was airport residential. Na ho na nkrofosi apartment omunya price ntino chinchine twa opeso chinchin papa nensa ne mansa agi ejapade no na de wo dia eyemra case a court through high court of appeal to supreme court ena minu ka sei wono abrante no so de a no no atopre credo na ode ama aso macho men no mo na akwa lock properties no enya ni dia no akwa akoloke na ofri se nipa na japade ni dia papa no so ma mo te ase enso kofa macho men ese mo protect me property nkofo we ba mo mo a na what do you hear what ya no ate so enkofia tututuo ewo airport residential kunkum nipa because people may not have confidence in the judiciary enti araba Torkorno dia bye omo maka no from the high court all the way to court of appeal. The president and the government need to do a very huge job. We need to screen the system. They need to sanitize the system. They need to clean and cleanse the system. Sadi ebeya obi di nasem kokota we judge. Now ti hona wudi wasemwa. We judge ni nkyere say gimrana wudi bu obi atam yentimi fa samra ni mu watan. Professor Mans busa asem bi say who watches the watchman? Araba Torkorno. The same mrano ogina so the convicting crofo. Ebi da fiase ebi ni mo bo ka no saa mra no edi ni gina mu no no obobna Araba Torkorno so won tiase so no as a suspended chief justice na all appear before the committee na yedi afidie screen why say akudie bi nhye no ho won tiase adentini amakwan ma anfa ni mobile phone anko wose won tiase Alentini ya mana busiafo abusian pempem ametna honom ne ma busiafo kakra bi o se won tiase na so atia Supreme Court o ko Supreme Court o screening wo we oba so ye bema so ye opemfo so ye kwabna ne awo 6 pass ye screening but Araba Torkorno ni say o ye special because o ye chief justice entemra no a ya de bo ne ho ba no pese de samra ne bo obi so ho ban.
All right, so I think somewhere in said 2021 or 2022, and Odikaya Boso Kandapa a conference,
yeah,
and he said something that I think is worth playing it once more so that at least it will give us a fair idea. This is why
and some a course so our political highway so former chief justice Torkorno and say sika or de etu kwanyana enye se o mine sika na ode nensa bomuno abusua ehonsam na asame honto ebre no ye bada ma se moje pene kokoti sa ensem we edemai aha Ghana politics avenue so medama se